This is the only picture. This is the only picture I could find. Okay, just because some people like these random fighting game stories. This is and I wrote a reply to the guy. But this is the only interesting story I can tell you about Melty Blood that I know, because some people are like, "Have you ever played the Melty Blood games? Have you ever played the Under Night and Birth game?" And I've never played Melty Blood. Melty Blood doesn't interest me whatsoever. Never played the hentai visual novel, nothing like that. I saw the anime, but you know, never played it or anything like that. And the Under Night and Birth game, I've said before, that game. If I still play games, I probably would have played that game as a kid or something because I think it looks interesting. At least I would have tried it, but I've never even played it 5 minutes. Never even played it a second. So, but anyway, the one story I have to say of Melty Blood that I know about Melty Blood, which is, I guess, maybe again, some people think these stories are interesting about the video game community. Melty Blood is actually the first time that I've ever heard about Discord, actually, and it was because of this guy named Viteru. Viteru, right there, who I have in that picture. That's the last time I ever saw him. And I remember that guy. I don't know if he still plays. I have no idea. I haven't talked to him in a long time. But again, this is just if it's interesting for people to hear about my time in the video game community. That guy was always telling me about a thing called Discord. And he was always telling me about a game called Melty Blood and that I should try it and I should play it and that I should play with them because everybody knows who Final Showdown is and everybody loves me and they want to play me and they want me to find tech and all this other kind of shit, right? And we're all cool with each other, so we'd play. And I was always like, I don't give a fuck about this Discord thing you're talking about. It doesn't interest me whatsoever, right? Just, I don't care, right? I don't play games anymore. Don't care about this Melty Blood thing you're telling me about. Um, anyway, and he had my number, right? And so he used to call me randomly, throughout the years after I had left the community, and we had each other's numbers. So he would call me. I don't know how many times he's called me. He probably called me. I don't know. Let's say he called me 5, 6 times or some shit. I don't know. He'd randomly call me. I don't know throughout the years. Anyway, serendipitously, I met him in real life again so many years after I last saw him. It was probably like, 10 years or so or something after the last time I had seen him. And he's a great kind of a study, and this isn't me to talk shit about him. It's more of a deep kind of conversation. Because I remember when he saw me, he was like, "Whoa, you look so good right now." He's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" He's like, "Whoa," and he was even saying that, "Oh my god, are you taller now? Like, are you taller?" And he has this way of speaking, like I can't imitate his voice if you know how he speaks. He's like he kind of this like you could say the way that he was looking at me in his eyes and his sort of insecurity kind of thing. He's like, "Wow, are you even taller than you used to be?" Blah blah blah. And I was even like, "Dude, I told you, man. The only thing I care about in my life since I was dying is keeping myself healthy. I don't do anything video game stuff, besides making a random combo video. I don't talk to people on the internet about video games. I don't know anything about this Discord you're talking about. Like, I just don't care. It doesn't interest me. This Melty Blood game you've been trying to tell me about for years, it just doesn't interest me whatsoever." And I think this guy didn't realize that he was like slouching and he looked really tired, right? And what I mean by that is there's almost kind of like a curse of a nerd, right? Like, how many video game streamers do you know? And this isn't to say that I don't know. God, I don't really know them either, but I can definitely say that, just when you look at a streamer or something that plays video games or fighting games, often they look pretty unhealthy. They look pretty sickly. And he was like slouching and he looked kind of unhealthy, so to speak, right? And it's kind of that curse of when you devote yourself to being a nerd, you can see that, right? And I've often thought that, if I didn't dedicate my life to being healthy, I might be dead now, right? I mean, that's pretty, You know, I think it's actually probably pretty reasonable. I might be dead right now, to be honest with you. But anyway, you know, Viterbo, he was always, you know, while we were there, he was trying to get me to, you know, talk about games again. And he wanted me to meet people and see other people from video games that were there again, including that Dennis fucking freak, dude. The Dennis dude. The Dennis dude that, which is so crazy because at this time, you know, I had not been on Twitter. I don't look on Reddit. I don't look on 4chan or anything like that about video games, right? You know, and he was always telling me, oh, people talk about you, people like you. And the Dennis guy, as I've showed in that videos, that guy was talking about me on the internet for years, some sort of weird homosexual fantasy with me, while joking about leaving me for dead at a tournament and making up all sorts of wacky lies about me. All while in that time, he would randomly private message me wanting to be with me. Yeah, fucking weird. Yeah, that's one of those crazy things that I think about. Man, while Viteru was trying to get me to meet Dennis again and all these other guys, these guys had actually been making up all that crazy shit about me on the internet, which I didn't know about. But of course, I knew about Dennis and his weird sort of homosexual fantasies with me because he's private messaged me before about them. And I've just not even going to answer this shit. This is fucking weird, you know? But anyway, so, you know, I ignored Viterbo basically. I don't care. Politely refused, you know, dude, be healthy. Video games, you know what I mean? It's not good for you. Anyway, lo and behold, of course, you know, once Dragon Ball Fighter Z became more and more, and I actually ended up looking at things like Discord and, you know, finding out about things like there people were talking about me on 4chan and all this other kind of weird shit that I had no idea about. You know, I saw this Melty Blood Discord and it was just a bunch of fucking people talking shit about me and making up weird shit about me. That I'm like, what the fuck? This is the Discord that Viterbo has wanted me to be a part about for years. And you know what? I never fucking talked to that guy again after that. Because that's actually not the first time that dude has done that. Like, he's always been a dude that was he was cool with me, but I had seen multiple instances of that dude. For a dude that liked me as much as he did, he was very, very cool with other people talking shit about me and lying about me. And I guess I was just kind of like, you know, after I saw that, I was like, man, this is the shit you've been wanting me to be a part of for years. This fucking Melty Blood shit. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. So, anyway, I've never talked to him. Never talked to him again since then. That was the last time. And that's my Melty Blood story. that's the only thing I know about Melty Blood whatsoever in the video game community is about that story because of Viterbo that I know. Anyway, remember if you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. The end.